So what it's like flying WIZZAIR, a low-cost airline, on a 5-hour flight from Budapest to Dubai. Let's find out. First of all, it's very important that WIZZAIR won't give you an online boarding pass when you fly from Budapest to Dubai, because they need to check your vaccination and negative PCR test results and need to make sure you have all these required stuff before allowing you on the plane. And then you get a printed boarding pass and that's it. As always, I start my journey at the MasterCard airport lounge at Budapest airport, as my bank account is allowing me to come here every time I fly. My A321neo is arriving with 20 minutes delay from Moscow. They later told us it was delayed because of the Russian-Ukrainian conflict and they needed changes in the flight plan to fly on a modified route, avoiding Ukraine. More than 170 people are flying to Dubai. When I checked in, my SACU number was 167. I checked the seat maps 3 hours before the flight and it was completely booked. No free seats were available. Unfortunately, Budapest airport wasn't able to make pre-boarding zones in the non-Schengen departure zone, so we need to stand in the gate, then walk down the stairs and board the aircraft via stairs. Okay, very COVID safe. Here's our brand new A321neo. They were very fast actually with turning the aircraft. My free allocated seat for today is 38A. I was actually very happy with this. And now the captain is briefly telling us that we are delayed due to the Russian-Ukrainian conflict. At this point, I was praying for an empty middle seat. The WIZZAIR seat map showed it's occupied next to me, but after the crew announced that boarding is completed and no one was coming there, I was very happy. I normally wouldn't care for a 1 or 2 hour flight, but come on, this flight is a bit more than 5 hours. Alright, it's time for takeoff now. Let's roar those engines and let's go. Let's check out the entertainment WIZZAIR offers for a 5-hour flight to Dubai. Yeah, it's the same as for a 1 or 2 hour flight. Here we have a damaged WIZZAIR magazine. Oh wait, I will close the window blinds and now we are good. Alright, so we have the damaged WIZZAIR magazine. And we're flying on board the A321neo right now. Yes, if you don't bring any reading material with you, you can read this. And here we have the A321neo safety card. Very nice. We are flying somewhere over the Turkish mountains, somewhere over northern Turkey, and yes, it was obviously snowing in Turkey in the past 1-2 weeks. As the sunset is approaching, our landscape and view is getting more and more beautiful. At this point of the flight, the passengers were standing up and walking around to see the beautiful view and the landscape. Even I was asked 3 or 4 times to take a photo for a random stranger from the sunset, but I can understand, it was amazing. This is already the second onboard service on this flight. They still have 2 onboard services left.
Thank you for your attention.
This is my second time approaching Dubai, and every time you get an amazing landing view here. Huge roundabouts, bigger and bigger crossroads and highways. 10 lines in the middle, look at this. "18 lines next to each other on a highway.
Maybe we would like to welcome you home.
And a very typical and normal situation on a WIZZAIR flight. A drunk passenger immediately stood up after landing. The crew alerted him, but he didn't care.
Sit down and fasten your seatbelt, sir. Sit down, please. Sit down.
He acted normally, he didn't care, and 3 minutes later the same "sit down please" situation happened again. This is Dubai Airport Terminal 1, where you can find most of the special airlines, which are not Emirates, of course. Airlines like Iran Air, Mohan Air, Qatar, Kuwait, Saudi, and all the Indian airlines are usually parking here, and Royal Jordanian as well, for example. Some smaller airlines like Air Serbia and Flynas, the low-cost airline of Saudi Arabia, are also parking here. British Airways 777 in the background. The Expo 2020 livery of another Emirates A380 is also parking here. WIZZAIR is operating to Terminal 2, the terminal of Fly Dubai and WIZZAIR at Dubai International Airport. A kind of low-cost terminal, yes. By the way, WIZZAIR is only operating to Dubai International Airport because of the Expo 2020. When the Expo 2020 is over in March, they will return to their base to Abu Dhabi. Alright, so back to the main question. What is it like flying WIZZAIR to Dubai? I think it's pretty okay if you pay less than 200 euros for a one-way trip. If you are lucky enough to get a free middle seat, it's even more comfortable, but if you don't need the extra services coming with an Emirates and Fly Dubai flight and don't want to pay like 600 euros return, WIZZAIR worth the money. I mean, worth it. A lot of people say you can survive a 5-hour WIZZAIR flight. I think everyone can survive. It's really not that bad. And if you need to get to Dubai and you are on budget and don't want to pay the 400 euros for a one-way Emirates trip, you will obviously choose WIZZAIR. As a final conclusion, you can survive a 5-hour WIZZAIR flight on the A321neo, so if you see a cheap WIZZAIR ticket to Abu Dhabi or Dubai, don't be afraid and book it. WIZZAIR will bring you there. And I have to mention that of course it's way more cooler to fly Dubai or Emirates to Dubai, but if you just don't want to pay that much, you will have to deal with this, with WIZZAIR. From my personal experience, I have flown with Emirates to Dubai and it was one of my best flight experience ever. So I'm not comparing the two airlines, just wanted to show you how is it flying to Dubai with WIZZAIR. That's it. Alright guys, thanks for coming along in this trip report. I hope I gave you some useful information about this WIZZAIR Dubai flight. And if you don't want to miss my upcoming reviews and trip reports, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And if you have any questions or concerns about the video, make sure to drop a comment. Bye bye.